Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's messages of love from above and no fooling. It's April Fool's Day here in the United States. But happy April to you. Can you believe it? It's already April. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world, and I do invite you to join me in doing that. We sometimes, probably quite often in our human experience, limit ourselves, our beliefs about ourselves, and the impact that we can have on the world. And I've read a variety of different things around the love vibration that we can send out. I've heard from, 700,000 to 10 million people can be impacted by our love energy. When we send out love energy to the world, we impact it. We are part of a huge consciousness, a huge collective of beings here on the planet. And when we join together to multiply love out to the world, one person sending unconditional love out to the world can impact up to 10 million individuals who are experiencing lower love vibration, that which is rooted in fear. And when we send out love from a place of unconditional love, we basically counteract 10 million individuals. So we can make an impact. And not only like individuals of us doing that, but when we join together, it's multiplied even more than that. So I do invite you to join me in doing this. We just take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Come back into this moment. And whether you're watching this live or even on replay, we meet outside of space and time, and so we still multiply together. And just let that love, that unconditional love from above come in, fill up our heart, overflow out to the world, joining together, multiplying, letting that love flow across the waters, across the lands, through the air, transforming fear into love, creating change and sparking change upon this planet. We are powerful. We are supernatural. We are eternal. We are all beings made of unconditional love. And if you yourself are in need of love in this moment, for your heart, for your mind, your body, for a situation, a loved one, whatever it may be, we send that love to you right now. Just let it fill your heart and surround you like a giant group hug from your posse of spiritual support on the other side. You are never alone. You are surrounded by your guardian angels' wings, your angels, your spirit guides, loved ones who've gone to the other side already, ancestors, fairies, unicorns, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. They surround you and they are always, always with you. Even when you are alone in the physical world, you're never alone in the invisible world. Beautiful, beautiful. Very powerful. Wow. Thank you for joining me. I definitely felt energy joining us. So thank you so much for allowing me the space to do that. And before we get into the readings, I do want to make sure everyone knows there's 2 days left to enter my Monday giveaway, where I give away a personal recorded reading This Monday, I'm going to give away a 1 hour personal recorded reading. The video I just posted, you can check out that, and that tells you how to get in to the drawing for that. And then I'm also going to have 2 extra special giveaways, drawings, where I'm going to take all of the donations I received during the month of March. I have a report that tells me, during these lives, all the donations that come in, and then also the super thanks, which is when people donate after the video is over. I'm going to throw all those names into a big bowl and pick 2 names to get to win a free 30-minute personal recorded reading. And then I'm also going to take all the comments on all the giveaway videos that I put out each Tuesday announcing what I'm giving away the following Monday. And all the video giveaway videos that I put out in March, I'm also going to pull all of those. And so you have till now until Sunday night to also comment on all of those. You can still comment on the past ones if you go to my giveaway playlist. Even though it says most of them are closed out, you can ignore the pinned comment for this giveaway. Excuse me. And you can still comment on all of those. So my giveaway playlist lists them all. So any of those that were posted in March, you can comment. I'm going to choose 2 winners from there as well to win a 30-minute personal recorded reading. So obviously I love to give away things. So if you're interested, check out that video. I had to tell you all about that. And then, of course, like we said, happy April. If you haven't checked out your monthly reading by each individual zodiac sign, that's the playlist for that. And I also put out a lot of pick a card readings. The one that came out this Wednesday has to do with fool's gold transforming to real gold, which basically fool's gold is like this stone that looks like gold, but it's not. And so this pick a card reading was about, what in my life do I have false, abundance, and how does that transform into true abundance? So if you feel interested in checking those out, those are available. All right, so that is all. And let me just get my desktop set up here, and we'll get into the readings. Always excited to see what Spirit has for us. I learned so much. And let me just make sure I do this right. All right, there we go. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, how it works is, for the free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve, just down in the chat. And all you have to do, there's no special list. The chat is the list. So you can just put your question out there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just put a general reading. Spirit knows what you want, and we'll pull cards for that. And if anyone does make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I'll prioritize the reading. Step out of the free readings, complete that, and I do dive deeper into those than the free readings. And then when I'm done, I step back in and continue going on down the list. I'm usually on for about 2 hours. Saturdays, sometimes I stretch it a little further because this is one of my biggest days where a lot of you are here. And so I want to try to get as many readings in as I can. So I'll stretch it a little. But to make a donation, you can use the super chat down below. It's like a little dollar bill sign there. YouTube does take about 1/3 of that for administration fees. But if you want to make a donation another way, Venmo, CashApp, Square, and PayPal, all those links are in the pinned comment at the top of the chat, as well as listed in the description box of the video. No certain dollar amount is needed. I know everyone's financial situation varies from day to day sometimes, but although from person to person too. Excuse me. So I know $1 to someone could be like $1 million, to someone else, and $1 million to someone could be $1 to someone else. So it's like, I don't look at the amount. I just honor the energy exchange. And I know not everyone is able to give donations as well. That's why I want to offer free readings too, which is why I do this. So that is the skinny on everything. I think that's everything. I am going to be using the Sun and Moon Tarot to start off. And I think that we are good to go here. Yep, very good. All right. So thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given already. I really appreciate that. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami that is coming in. And we're going to start off with self-love at the very, very top. And you want to know what April blessings and miracles there are for you. So let's take a look here. April blessings and miracles for you. What does Spirit check out? Okay. All right. Well, I do like this for you because you end up with the King of Pentacles here with this beautiful sense of worth and abundance in your life. Because the Five of Pentacles starts off with these feelings of lack, these beliefs of, feeling abandoned, left out in the cold, left behind, but the fives are this transformative energy, this change of energy that comes in. And it moves you over into here. The King of Pentacles, one of the biggest things they learn in their whole journey through all the Pentacles is that they find their worth from the inside and upward instead of the outside world. And we do worry, the five, when we are depending on human beings in the outside world to bring us what we need in each moment, our sustenance, we have every right to worry, right? Because human beings, these characters we play here, are fickle. They're unstable for sure. Because when we go into fear, what do? We withdraw. We go into survival mode, right? We pull back support from everyone else because like, I need that to survive. So people will pull the rug right out from underneath us. But the beautiful change of the Five of Pentacles is that we learn that the creator, source, mother and father of all things, whatever you believe the higher power is, they are the ones that bring us what we need in each moment. And they have endless resources and they are not fickle. Their love for us is not conditional and unstable. It's eternal, never ends. That's pretty stable. And unconditional, no conditions that we can do to lose it. Even no matter what organized spirituality and religion say, they do not judge us. They have unconditional love. And no ulterior, there you go, motives. They just love us and they want to give us what we need in each moment. And they kind of spoil us too, like a grandparent who spoils us that, even though our parents say no more candy for them, they're like, okay. And then they're like, here, go eat this outside. They won't see it. They always want to give us more than we need. They want to give us more. And so you have this transformation in the material world, the outside world, these feelings of abundance transform for where you are seeing that it's not humans that are bringing us. They might be the delivery company or the shipping company that bring it to us, but the source is the one that is sending it. And sometimes they don't even need a shipping company, it just arrives. So, you've always received everything you needed in every single moment up to this moment. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here right now. So you have everything you need and you can build that trust. And so the building that trust is what happens, and it does transform your feelings of abundance and moving from lack to feeling whole in your life. So I like that for you, self-love. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Hey, love and light, Deb. All right. Stella, you're up next. Let me just take a quick sip here. So sorry. All right. So Stella, you would like ancestral message. So let's see what your ancestors have for you. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, okay. It's very clear here. One, they just want you to know that they love you so much. As I was just saying, there's this host of beings that are around you, including your ancestors. We've got a guardian angel who's with us since the moment our soul was created, is our buddy for life, all of our lifetimes for eternity. They're around you. Your angels that come in and out of our life, specialists that are signed for a lifetime, for a moment. You've got your spirit guides. You've got your, like I said, your ancestors, loved ones around the other side. A whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light. The Ace of Cups is you. This is all that love that's uh, around you, filling you up and overflowing. So you are constantly loved by the higher realms and all of your ancestors. This is what life is all about. Love is the answer to every question. And they're just telling you, you are unconditionally loved. This is what the love that you're searching for. And so they're inviting you to connect to your higher self here. The star card is this beautiful, beautiful, it's hope, it's wishing upon a star, but the star is your higher self, and they're just wanting you to connect to who you really are, and realizing that this human character is just a small, itty bitty piece of who you are, but you are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, and that's so you are made of this love, and this is actually one of the beings that's around you loving you, is your higher self, which is what connects you to all the other spiritual realms. And you have the high priestess too, which the high priestess is this invitation for you to step back out of the chaos, step back into your high priestess temple, which allows you to connect to the higher realms, step behind the veil to find the invisible, to find and get into the unknown, and dive into your subconscious and your unconscious and your emotions. So this is like an invitation for you to really communicate, and take the time away for you to connect to the love in your heart, and which connects you to the higher realms. And it means you're very intuitive, you're very connected, and that just helps you raise the vibration to where the messages that you receive from the other side are even more clear than they're ever before, as you turn down the fear noise and turn up the vibration of your love to that which is more rooted in unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. And there's this beautiful connection that comes through. So they're ready to interact with you and talk with you. They're always giving you messages, but they're saying all this will have the messages be even more clear, and you'll see how often they really are talking to you a lot. Excuse me. And that's what they have for you, Stella. So I like it. So many blessings for you. All right, Mecca, you are up next. And may you please have a love reading with R for the month of April. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. So love reading for R for April. All right. I love this. They call this one truce, which I call peace of mind. So there is this message regarding love with R for the month of April. So sorry. The I'm kind of going back and forth, but because they both pretty much deal with expectations. The Four of Swords usually has someone sleeping on the Ace of Swords with three swords on the wall, which the three swords on the wall is the expectations equal disappointment card. The Three of Swords usually has like a huge heart on it with three swords stuck in it, representing the heartbreak that we have and experience when we have these expectations of This is what love is supposed to and should be and need to be and have to be and blah, 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 right? and But the Ace of Swords allows you to connect to things from a higher level and see things differently. And I'm so sorry. Had a frog in my throat. There it goes. Okay. And it allows you to cut away these fears of losing conditional love and allows more freedom to come in with around relationships, around love. And the Three of Pentacles is about you being true to your authentic self and not being drawn off in different directions around expectations like, well, this is what people expect and they're going to punish me if I don't get that, or I'm going to lose the praise and support of other people if I don't do that. And so there is this, energy that comes in with both of these cards together around love with R is let go of expectations, allow freedom to come in on what it is. When we have so many expectations of what it has to be and how they are supposed to act and how I'm supposed to act and how the relationship is supposed to be, there's a very, very fine line with a lot of disappointments because it's with this long list of things that has to happen. No one can live up to that. That's why there's constant disappointment in the outside world in our human experience because there's so many rules around relationships and situations and things that no one ever can live up to 100% of them. So when an expectation isn't met, that equals disappointment, right? But the more we clear away expectations and the more we turn to unconditional love, the more we open up to the releasing the how and the when and even the who to the creator, to source, going, you know what, I trust you. And I'm going to let you bring in the miracle. I'm going to let you bring in it because know what's for my highest good. And there's this release that comes with this. And then you get to be your true authentic self instead of trying to be who you think someone thinks you think that I think that they think that I think I should be. It's like you can just be you, and we drop the fear, knowing that I am unconditionally loved from above, and that this unstable love from the outside world is going to disappoint me when I'm looking to it to be the end all be all to tell me that I am lovable and acceptable and all of that, because that's not, right? So I love this transformation, this release that's happening where you're just taking your heart out of the cage and allowing it to be loved from above and allowing the outside world to be whatever it's going to be because it's above and beyond extra anyway. The more we turn inward and upward for this love that we find inside, then we release the world from its cage too. So I like that for you, Megan, and that's what they have for you right now. I know. Right, Felicia, you'll be in my next free reading, but I do have a donation. Uh, Thank you so much, Luna. I appreciate your donation. And let's take a look here. So before the contract with Terry and Shakura ends, do we see him proposing to her? Okay, so let's take a look here and see. So before the contract ends, will there be a proposal? All right. Let's get some clarification here. Okay. So I don't see that it's happening before the contract ends. And what I'm seeing here, the Seven of Pentacles represents what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit, which means patience. There's more time that it takes for things to unfold. We do have, actually, they wanted this one first. The high priestess is this stepping back, and they go into their high temple, which for me is represents like there's this distance that happens first, and then things move. So there is movement later. There is a proposal that comes later, but it's not before the contract ends. It's like things still need to um, churn. Things still need to unfold. Stuff still needs to happen. And that high priestess is the stepping back. Yeah, karmic contract. Yeah. So, oh, karmic contract. Um, so there still is timing that comes here. There still is timing that needs to unfold before a proposal is made. There is a proposal that comes in this lifetime, because we do have the Empress, which is new birth, and um, again the harvest. So, like we're talking about with the Seven of Pentacles, there is this. The last thing that grows in the fruit tree is the fruit. Well, here is the fruit. Here's the harvest that comes in. And again, they're just reminding the temperance just takes time for things to unfold and go forward. But then here we have the King of Swords. So it's kind of the same type of messaging, because we've got a prince on a chariot with movement and the king movement that does happen. It's just there's the big thing is that things still have to unfold. Things still have to be worked out um, in the current realm. So it does happen. It's just taking its time. There's the big thing with the King of Swords is, not only do they rule over air and the mind, but all the kings are given a second portion of air in the mind, which means there's a lot of mentality, limiting beliefs, expectations, a lot of knowledge to be gleaned. And so part of this contract that they have is that they want to learn about, limiting beliefs and what does it feel like to feel small and limited, and uh, the fears, because the Ace of Swords that the king has allows us to connect to the unconditional love of the higher realm and see things from a different place, and allows us to cut away a lot of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, these fears of losing conditional love that we love we get to experience those in this lifetime. And that's the purpose. So this contract that they have, this divine appointment to have this life, is delay, because I want love, I want now, and I want to, that shows me that I'm loved. Well, that's too easy. We come down here to have it drawn out, so that we have to wonder, am I lovable? What if they don't? What if they don't propose? What if these people, what will people think? How do I, blah, blah, blah. All these fears that were, all these expectations too, that we're disappointed. Well, it didn't happen as fast as I thought it was supposed to. It's always going to unfold perfectly, right? So it does happen. It's just being drawn out for the purpose of the growth and the learning and the experiences that they came here to experience. So it does happen, but it's two in both of the scenarios, in both the sets of cards. There's patience and temperance, and temperance is basically patience, as that those cups go back and forth slowly, that alchemy that's taking forever, but it is going to turn to gold eventually. It just starts off as base metal, and it takes time. Each time the liquid passes from cup to cup, it's turning more and more towards gold. It's just taking its time. Worth the wait, of course, but that's the story. So that's what they have, Luna. So hopefully that resonated there. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. So we did leave off with Felicia. Hey. So, will the new company offer you a job interview in April and will it go well? Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know here. All right. Yeah. So the Prince of Swords is movement. The Knight of Swords, which, um, in addition to a lot of things, it's about communication. So this would be communication coming in from them. So for me, this is saying that yes, you do get an interview because they do want to have this communication movement between the two of you. It feel like it does go well. You have the Ten of Cups, so you feel like overflowing around the situation. So this is definitely a positive outcome for it. And does it go well? You have the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration type of energy as well. So I mean, it's really clear. I feel like you will get a job interview and you will get a job offer, and you're going to be happy about it. And in fact, overflowing joy about it because it's joy, celebration. Ten of Cups is like overflowing emotion and joy. So very easy breezy on that one, Felicia. So that is what they have for you. So I like it. All right. Yay. I know, right? Applause. All right. And Anya Ahuya, you are up next, like a general reading. All right. So sorry, I'm a little phlegmy today. I even like was reading out loud to myself for like 45 minutes and I felt all clear, but I think I just talk louder and it shakes things up. So sorry you guys have to hear that. All right, Anya. So general reading with the spirit. Okay, I want you to know right now. Boom. Wow. Yep. So you are definitely having this new opportunity that comes in here with the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool card. The Knight of Pentacles, is the slowest moving knight out of them all, but I don't feel like this huge slowness around here. I feel like you've been waiting for a new adventure, waiting for things to churn and to change, and here it comes. And you're moving. It's like you've been waiting, and all of a sudden here you are. All right, ready to go, leaping into this new adventure. The Fool card, being the 0, is the first card in the major arcana. You're leaving old cycles behind and you're beginning new, free of expectation. The thing about the Fool card is it's almost like our soul when it first enters the womb and it comes down to the earth for its adventure. It doesn't have all this long list of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. Those always come later, right? And you also have the Three of Pentacles that comes in with that, which the Three of Pentacles is about you being true to the authentic you instead of altering your course or trying to be who you think other people want you to be out of fear of praise, of losing praise or being punished somehow. It's like as children, that's how we get conditioned is we get punished if we don't do what they want us to do, and we get praise and reward for when we do. So we're like, I want praise, not punishment, usually. And so, we learn that. But the Three of Pentacles and this Fool card coming in is it's been building, it's been changing. You've been working on that Knight of Pentacles too. They quest after this change of worth and how you look at yourself differently in relationship to the outside world. So you've been working on that. Now there's this new opportunity that's coming here for you that allows you to be more true to you, and you're kind of like chucking, all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of what everyone else has told you who you're supposed to be and should be. And I just feel like this is a time for you of you're just like, I am so ready to be me and to stop worrying about pleasing everybody. And I like this for you. It's really opening up. So that's what's coming through right now, Anya. So I like it. So be you. So that is what we have there. So very, very good. All right. So up next we have Cheery. Thank you, Cheery. I love that April thumbnail too, of course, because I created it. Well, Spirit, you know, put the juices in my head. I love April, even though my wonderful sinuses let me know it's spring. Um, I love April. I love every month though. I love all the seasons. But so I like that. So thank you for mentioning that. And you'd like some angel guidance. So let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. What would you like Cheery to know? Okay. So they do want a shaman's dream oracle for you. So let's take a look here and see what do they have for you, Cheery, from the shaman's dream oracle. All right, there it is. So you do have a closing door and completion here. Card number 5. You do have this change that's coming, which this represents like an ending and a beginning that's coming in. But I mean, like, look at that door that's opening up. It's like, woo, what's behind the door? What's coming here is very beautiful and bright for you. So definitely nothing to fear. Kind of have some excitement about it. So this is endings, completion, your greater calling. Wow. So when this closing door card shows up, it's a call to recognize an ending, to terminate a relationship, a job, a task, or situation that's been dragging on far too long. So unlock the cage you have been trapped in and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine. Consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's calling. It's time to walk out the door. If you do not see a door, but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be wrong in order for you to do what you've known you needed to do for a long time. If the door to a project or a relationship has been closed to you, stop knocking on it, right? You have tried that already and no one answered, at least not in the way you would have liked. So take this as a gift, difficult and painful as it might be. Move on. Every door that shuts is an invitation to find another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier rather than later. How many of us leave a relationship or job years after we knew it was time to move on? Stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why things did not work. It is keeping you from your greater calling. Bow deeply before that closed door, give thanks to the lessons, and set yourself free. Wow. Powerful card. I do love that for you. All right. And that's what they have for you, Cherry. So many blessings to you. I like that. All right. And Christy Okana. Hello, hello. So you'd like some angel guidance here. Yep. Okay. They do want to go to the Queen of the Moon Oracle for you. So let's take a look here. All right. Yep. Boom. Boom. And you got, yep. Master number 33, Blossoming. Look at that beautiful card. Let's see if I can get it to, there it goes. Playing the violin. This beautiful energy shooting out of there. And look at the blossoming dress there and the full moon. I like it. Master number 33 really is this seeing life in a completely different way. Master number 11 is like, mastering our human experience. And 22 is like realizing we're so much more than just the human, that we're this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being. And when you add 11 and 22 together, amazingly, that adds up to 33. which is like the joining together of our human side and our spiritual side. And they join hand in hand and they walk together upon the earth with a whole new viewpoint, a whole new adventure. So I like this coming in here. And it says, do not give up. You have planned for this. Take no notice of what others think or say about you. Open and rise. Someone around you may be jealous of your success. Mark your victories. A little mini affirmation for this is, I joyfully blossom and I feel no fear. And it says, in the country in which the author lives, there really aren't a lot of meadows, that classic kind of gently rolling open space, often between a forest or mountains. This kind of space whispers to you, here, rest a while. Lay down, my friend, it's soft. The first true meadow that the author of these cards saw was in Yosemite National Park in the United States. It was early spring, and the snows had pretty much stopped, and nature had taken her opportunity. In front of her, as far as she could see, was a green meadow of grasses covered in blossoming flowers. It was so beautiful, it almost made her cry. She just stood there for a long while, taking it all in. And it felt so hopeful and new and joyful. So she felt hopeful and renewed and joyful. She walked into the meadow and was soon surrounded by all of this blossoming. And the flower fragrance drifted up with the breeze. There was a dusting of pollen on her clothes. She could hear the contented buzzing of a few insects. And in that moment, she was so grateful to be part of the meadow. Anything seemed possible there. There is a time to blossom. We plant seeds physically and metaphorically, so they will blossom into what we intend. Perhaps the journey has been a long and hard one, but we shouldn't give up, especially if we are close. Fear is usually the thing that prevents flow and blossoming. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change, fear of what people will think. She said, I could go on, but know if we can release the useless fears and begin to enjoy our growth and eventual blossoming, it will all be worthwhile. I like it. The companion stone for that is ruby. So if ruby is something significant for you, or if you want to use the color ruby, that does help you with this blossoming and this movement. So I like that for you. I feel like you've been getting kind of a message similar to that. And here it is saying it is a time to blossom. All the seeds you planted, metaphorically and physically, they're blooming, they're blossoming. And the more you let go of the fears of success, the fears of what people will think, the more it flows. So I like it for you, Christy, and that is what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. Woohoo! Yes, I know. Beautiful. So much love to you, Christy, and always victory. You are up next. Hello, hello. And you want to know, what do your angels want you to know for April? Oracle cards, absolutely. So they do want to go to the Path of the Soul Destiny cards for you. All right. Yeah. This card came flying out. And these are, I call these they're fractal imaging. Call them the spiritual inkblot test. So whatever you see from them is a special message for you. And then I'll read the description from the book too. So it is card number 3. Sorry for the glare. They're very glossy. There we go. Look at that. Trying to get it to focus a little bit up close. All right. That's as good as we're going to get, I think. All right. And the message on here is called Awakening. And this card expresses creative energy and self empowerment. It signifies a deeper inner awakening to previously unseen inner abilities, powers, and gifts. There is a strong spiritual and creative force rising within you. Rise to the call. Feel your own strength and utilize the many gifts you possess. Empower others with your strong leadership qualities and ability to find creative solutions. Allow yourself to shine. It is time to share your strengths and gifts with the world. Boom. Yes, definitely. The three, it's the number of the Empress of new creation, new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but really sharing your gifts and this leadership with the world. I like that. I bring creative solutions. Almost feels like that's something that goes on a cover letter or a resume, right? I bring creative solutions. That's what they have for you, always victory, and I like it. Very clear message for you. So that is what they have, and so many blessings to you. Can't wait to see what you do with all that. Rishi, hello, hello. I am doing very well. I hope you are doing very well as well. And you want to know, what would Spirit wants you to know around your parents ignoring you for 2020 and 2021, trying to heal from the feeling neglected? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Yep. So we do have the Devil card here, which is Saturn, shadow energy. Definitely, this just tells us that everything that unfolds for us is our shadow, is our spiritual world, trying to shake up our belief systems, really trying to show us what what expectations, what cage we have ourselves in. And it just allows us to be free from the beliefs that we're given that other people's actions mean something about us, right? That's a big shakeup. There's just this big thing that comes in here. You have the Tower too, which tells us that whatever unfolds in our life, whatever is removed from our life, whatever is brought into our life, is for us. And it allows us to move from a place where things happen. We feel things were happening to us, when we really begin to ask, why would I want this to happen for me? And so the combination, the Devil card and the Tower card together definitely are two major arcana, which this was an important transformation time for you to be able to, look at how was I neglecting myself, right? Whenever we look into the mirrors of the outside world, they're reflecting back to us. These are powerful spiritual beings made of unconditional love, even though we can't see them sometimes in the characters they're playing. They're divine beings like we are, acting certain ways, saying certain things on purpose for us, not to do stuff to us, but to tell us things for us. And, I talk about like relationships that, like especially intimate relationships, they teach us a lot. Next, family relationships, because we spend so much time with them, usually they teach us a lot of stuff, right? But they're bringing back, and I think you've heard me talk about it too, where my personal intimate relationships, they were teachers. I look at them now as teachers who were continually showing me how I felt about myself until I saw it. They were showing me constantly. And because of the disrespect I felt from them, being, not honoring the commitments we made to each other, feeling used about money, feeling like someone's trying to fit me in between the important things, all this stuff was mirrors for me of how I was disrespecting myself, how I was trying to fit myself in between what I felt the important things were in the outside world, not allowing myself to experience life. I was pushing myself and sacrificing myself for what I thought everyone else wanted in the world. And so when we look at why were you ignoring yourself between 20 and 21? How were you neglecting you by looking outside of yourself for all the definition for your worth in the outside world? You were ignoring your higher self, your true self. So your self-worth, you were looking at in the outside world for retail price. And this is why the shadow came in to shake and rattle and roll and let you see the web that you had yourself caught in, to realize the cage you had yourself in, this constant, it's like a hamster running on a wheel going, everyone's defining me, everyone's defining me. And it just feels worse and worse and worse until we're like, oh, they don't define me, I define me. I get to decide what story I put to any situation, what emotion I feel as I go through it, and where I invest my power, not them, right? And so this is this, okay, I take responsibility for the stories. And when we're given all these opinions of what something's supposed to mean, when I am neglected by a parent, it means I'm unlovable. BS. It's all BS. It's not true. um, people people just do things and say things, but I'm the one that puts the story to it. I'm the one that chooses the emotions I go through it, and I'm the one that chooses where am I investing my energy on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and what I'm grateful for. Then that expands. Am I focusing on what I'm fearing? Am I focusing on all this stuff? Then I'm growing and I feed all that and that gets bigger. Um, a lot of how we heal things, trying to heal feelings of being neglected. If I focus on my neglect, the feelings of neglect get bigger. But when I instead focusing on unconditional love and how I am really loved, that grows and that gets bigger, and those feelings of neglect get smaller. Sometimes, and we're taught this too in this life, right? Let's go to counseling. Let's do all this self-help and focus on all my pain in my life. When we're only focusing on our pain, the pain gets bigger. We invite more pain into our life and it goes like, oh my gosh. But instead, when we realize our pain comes from fear, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop focusing on my fears and start focusing on the love and how I'm loved and who I truly am, then that becomes bigger in my life and everything else starts to become smaller. And then we're able to do that. And this is what I feel here with the Eight of Pentacles. You do the work, you're doing, and you've been focusing on things. But I feel with this transformation, if you change what you're focusing your energy on, you'll see your outside world will begin to move in a lot of different ways. But it's a matter of taking responsibility that all the pain we experienced in our life was ours. We're the ones that chose it, not someone else. Forgiveness is a wonderful release. It's when we choose to stop being a vessel of pain because of someone else's words or actions, then we release. We don't have to forgive the act, but we can forgive the individuals. And when we do that, we stop being a vessel of pain and we can start being a vessel of love instead. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you right now, Rishi. So hang in there. Much love to you and many blessings. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And so VD Jalan, you are up next. And you want to know what message does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. I do like this. This is a very bright energy. Obviously, this is the Emperor's Aries energy, which is new birth, really stepping in and moving forward. You have the double endings and double new beginnings. And the judgment card here is like this is your higher self calling your human into this new adventure, into this new this there's something new that's coming here. It's almost reminds me of the tower energy a little bit, where it's your higher self letting you know, they're announcing to you, I'm about to do some changes in your life that are for you. So buckle up, buttercup, because here we go. And this Aries energy is this newness. It's about you not worrying so much about everyone else's expectations. The emperor is on his throne. Usually there's people surrounding with a lot of advice, blah, 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 on who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, etc. But your higher self, of course, has your highest experience, your highest good always in mind, because you are them, that they're going to be having some changes. They're having some movement happen. And so if you've been feeling like you're just tired of listening to everyone else tell you what to do, well, this is your higher self bringing you to this fiery point of just being tired of it all, and you're ready to make this change. So they're preparing you. It's like an eagle. If you've ever seen an eagle's nest, they will, it's all craggly and it's all sharp, and really it's no place for eggs or eaglets, but they pad the inside to where it is safe and warm and soft and not like the outside. So the eggs are laid and then they incubate them. The little baby eaglets are born. They feed them, they grow. But when it's time for the eaglets to get out of the nest and have this movement, the parent eagles will come in and rip out the comfortable stuff to make it, because otherwise it's like, why would we want to leave this? It's all warm and cozy and I get room service. You bring me food. They stop bringing as much food. They rip out all the comfort things so that the eaglet will get, like the teenage eaglet, they'll get, on the nest and on the branches and learn to fly and fend for themselves. And I feel like that's what your higher self is doing a little bit. It's making things a little uncomfortable with where you're staying and where you're at, because it's time for you to stand up for yourself and overcome the fears of disappointing other people's expectations, and to move forward. Something in more in alignment with your higher self, where they want you to go. And so there's these endings that are happening, these things that are being closed and moved out of your way, so that you will be able to move forward in a clearer way. So I feel like that's what they have for you here. So don't resist the endings. They're being ended for you so that you can move forward. So that is what they have for you, VD. So many blessings. Enjoy it. It will be great. Okay, very good. All right. And thank you, Felicia, for mentioning that. I really appreciate, yeah, any of you guys that ask questions. If you give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. It seems like a small thing, and it's free, which is great. That is a wonderful gesture that helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for giving the video a like. It allows me to continue to give free readings too, because it just helps spread the love. So thank you for mentioning that, Felicia. All right, to Great Quartz, you are up. I am doing well. It's super cold there. It has been cold here too, but it's been windy. I think today it's supposed to get up into like the low 60s. It's like, what happened? Because it's been like down into the teens and 20s Fahrenheit. So stay warm, Great Quartz. And you'd like a general reading? So let's see what Spirit has for here. Besides stay warm. Right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. So you do have this wonderful ending and new beginning that's coming your way here. This is the ending of old cycles. And I like that, because the Eight of Swords, here you can see all the little puppet strings here. I like how they interpret this, because these swords are our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made us feel like a puppet, like, that we have to do things a certain way, blah, blah, blah. And this is the end of that cycle. So you've been realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have made you feel blinded and bounded and restricted. And you're ready to release this. You're ready to head off on this new adventure. Because the Fool card is what comes after this, which is the Zero, which is a new adventure that you leap off into without expectations, without all the limitations that you've had before. And I really like that. I mean, and it's reinforced here. Same message, really. But you have the Seven of Swords instead of the Eight, which the Seven of Swords is you realize what of your own thoughts and beliefs were stealing from you and deceiving you. And it allows this new birth with the Queen of Pentacles. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, newness coming in. So you basically have the same message twice coming in here, which is very reinforced. You are ready to let go of these old fears of losing conditional love, these supposed tos and these shoulds and these need tos and these have tos, like that long list of stuff that you've been told needs to happen. There's this freedom that's coming from this. So I really like it. And so there is this leaving behind the old and this beginning of the new that's coming in for you, this new birth. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, Great Court. So many, many blessings for you. And hang in there and stay warm, like I said. All right. So Shrey, this is up for you. Thank you for liking the video, this live. And you want to know what Dia Aurora, what are they thinking of you? All right, let's take a look here. And when we ask what other people are thinking of us, Spirit is wanting you just to realize that when we ask that, we're always looking in mirrors of each other. So whatever I see in you is because I'm recognizing something within me and you. And so, like a monkey looks in a mirror, I'm going to see a monkey. If a lion looks in a mirror, I'm going to see a lion. And so I like that they're reminding us of that, because we're taught so much to, what do people think about me? And like, well, really, most people are thinking about themselves. The human characters are. And so they just see a lot of themselves. And so when someone comes up and says, you are a very loud, obnoxious person, and you're like, you are, it's like, oh, I am. Okay, well, thank you. And you just realizing they're looking in a mirror. You're like, okay. So that said, let's take a look here and see what they see here. Yeah. So this Prince of Wands here is the Knight of Wands, which is someone very fiery, very fast moving. And the Six of Cups, you do remind them of someone from their past as well. The Six of Cups is nostalgia and memory. So you do remind them someone that's very energetic and that was very fiery from their childhood. Which is reinforced here too, because the Sun card, of course, very fiery. Leo energy, which is child. So we've got two cards that are about memories and looking back in the past. And so with both of these here, this does tell us that, you do definitely remind them of someone of when they were a child. And so that comes in there. But someone very fiery, very passionate, but more just full of energy, just like, oh my gosh, you very excited, very let's go do this, let's go do that, type of energy. And this reminds me here, the Devil card is exactly what I was talking about, that what they see is themselves reflected, because that's what the shadow does. It'll bring people into our lives to show us what we're wanting to see about ourselves. And so you are in their life to show them about themselves. And so Spirit is kind of flipping the script on this question for you and asking, what are you thinking of yourself? And how you can identify that as how are you thinking about them? Because whatever you're seeing in them is something that you somehow exist within you. May not be the exact same, kind of situational stuff, but it's like if you look at someone and go, wow, they're a very angry person, and you're like, oh, what kind of angry thoughts do I have within me? Because that's what's being triggered. That's why I can see. Or when you're like, wow, they're amazing. I really love this. It's where's that within yourself? Because you can't see amazing in other people unless there's amazing that's inside you too. So Spirit is kind of just flipping, like I said, the script on you with what you're asking, because this is a time of reflection for both of you, and you're in each other's life as mirrors to reflect to each other. So now I understand why they wanted me to start off with that. So that is what they have for you. I know, I know. It's an amazing realization, though. I definitely learned to judge people less going through the process of the mirror lesson, because I was like, angry people make me angry. Judgmental people make me so judgmental. Sad people make me sad. And they're like, yeah, that's what happens when you look in a mirror, monkey boy. Like, oh, okay, I get it. So I love that question, though. So hang in there, Shrey, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. You are welcome. All right, Patty. And so it's been 8 years since your mom has escaped this torturous human existence. And any messages for her? I think that's her message for you. Let's take a look here. She actually wants to pull from this Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. So let's take a look here and see what message she has for you. From Mamacita, 8 years passing. All right, there we go. So we got the Curiosity card here. Beautiful butterfly there, and a little, almost these remind me of snow globes, or those little planetariums. But so if snow globes were something for her, and butterflies, those definitely are jumping out of here for me. And let's see what she has here around curiosity. So curiosity woke up this gentle creature. I feel like that phrase, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. She's kind of sassy. So for too long, they had meandered through life without purpose. And one day they came upon an unusual plant. No one else knew anything about this plant. So our friend took it upon themselves to learn everything they could about this green denizen of the woods. And as they worked with the first plant, they became aware of another and another, until suddenly their life was full of growing things. They learned so much that others came to them to be taught. By simply being curious, our gentle creature moved from a life of wandering aimlessly to one of work, knowledge, and teaching. You are being given the opportunity to learn something new right now. Let your own inquisitiveness find those unexplored areas. Pack up your notebook, your pen, and anything else you might need. This is a call to satiate that thirst for knowledge. Feeling like a refresher course, needing to go deeper? This is your time. Join our friend at studying their plants by setting up your own lab or field station. Indulge your inner student by buying a book on that particular subject. Can't find that book? Maybe it's time for you to commit to paper and share with others what you've discovered from following your curiosity. I like that. I don't know if she loved flowers and gardening and plants. That kind of came through very strong too. but it is a time for you. She's always been with you. The moment that she slipped out of her human body, her spirit has been right next to you, hasn't left your side, and she will be with you until you slip in back to the other side as well. And she's able to be by every single loved one, 100% present. She doesn't have to share you with anyone else, and you don't have to share her with anyone else. She's with you all the time. And I'm sure you talk to her, but she does hear, she does answer you. She shows you tons of signs. And the more you become aware of it, the more you'll see that she is giving you these indicators just all over the place to let you know that that she is always with you, and you are never alone. And I like that. She keeps on just like the energy that comes through is she's a chatty Kathy, and she's just always talking to you in all these different ways, to almost to the point where it feels like if you've noticed it, you're just like, this can't be coincidence. Like I'm seeing like it just like all over the place, to where maybe you almost become numb to it because you see it all the time. But it's like she is always communicating with you. So just know, of course, that she loves you very much, in ways that she could never have loved you before. One of the things they're bringing back, a couple things. One is that if you, out of the blue, if you're not thinking about her and all of a sudden you remember something, that's her. She's going like this, touching something in your brain, a memory to have you remember it, just to let you know that she's there, which is hilarious. So like when they do the hair, she's like doing that with your brain. Um, but the moment that they pass, not only do they understand everything about their entire life, they're actually able to feel every emotion you had your entire life, all the way into in the womb. Also, every thought you've had, and they understand so much. They're just in awe of who we are, because as a human, we have very limited perception of who each of us really are. But on the other side, we're away from that veil, and we're able to see things so clearly. Um, and so just know that she understands you so much more than you ever have. So that is what they have for you, Patty. I love that. I love your mom. She's hilarious. All right. So many blessings to you, Patty. New love, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, the Love 43, for your donation. And you want to know what message do your guides have for you? And I really want to go to these Wild Mystic Oracle first. And thank you for your generous donation. I greatly appreciate that. And let's take a look here. All right. So let's see what animal they're coming through us here. Oh, we got, whoa, the turtle. Turtle, and you have peace. So I'd like this to start off here. And interesting, they wanted to talk about timing with this as well. And what's amazing is the turtle's shell. If you ever look at this, there's actually on a true turtle shell, there's like 13 in the middle here, which represent the 13 phases of the moon. And then there's also on the outside, represents like all the months of the year. And I think there's like phases of the moon, but there's definitely, and they're blocking it. I knew what it all meant, but I'm like my mind is being blocked from remembering it. So I feel like it's something for you to look into, is what does the turtle shells, all these different compartments, what does it mean? And it's from the smallest turtle to the largest. So that's interesting. They're giving you homework, because I knew what it meant, but I'm just like totally spacing it. So that means it's meant to be. This card does represent the peacemaker, the diplomat, and ally. And in comparison to the Heron card in this deck, which symbolizes inner peace, this card encourages peace and friendship with others. And the sea turtle is a natural gardener grazing on seagrass, which houses aquatic life, and it feeds other sea creatures and allows space for underwater animals to breed, nest, and hide. This card encourages a peaceful environment where others around you may flourish. It asks you to work with others to maintain peace and cooperation. The sea turtle, as well as numerous other creatures mentioned within this deck, is under threat from pollution and climate change. They're also under threat as a result of fishing and poaching. In many North American indigenous myths, turtles are associated with creation, the Earth Mother, and supporting the earth. This card may symbolize conservation, responsibility, and cooperation with the natural world. It's a reminder that we as individuals can make a difference and that true peace often requires some hard work. The shadow side of this card says chaos can rise and imbalance may rear its head. A calm sea can become a tempest and it can be difficult to navigate. You cannot solve everyone's problems, and it's not your responsibility to do so. I like it. Be wary of trying to play peacemaker to those around you if they will not listen to reason or if it is harmful to yourself. Know when to walk away. The element for this, of course, is water. And I want to pull a couple tarot here in regards to that too to get you some clarity. Okay. Okay. Well, definitely is a time of endings and new beginnings for you. So that last part of knowing when to walk away is is very clear here because you've got the World card, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new adventures. So leaving something behind, an old world, and starting this adventure into a new world, a new perspective. So, major arcana, you have another major arcana with the Emperor, this is Aries energy, which also represents a new beginning, but something where you are standing up and you are choosing. You are moving forward into a stability, leaving things behind, leaving opinions behind, leaving influences behind, realizing you're the emperor of your life. You get to choose. So you don't have to let other people have such a strong power over your life. This is you really standing up for yourself. And a third major arcana, which major arcana means significant change in your life, new birth, endings and new beginnings all over here. But this, the Empress is more free of restriction, free from, you know, supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have to be's. So she steps out and, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of you, new birth, harvest, moving forward in that. And then the Ten of Swords, which is another ending and new beginning. And the Ten of Swords, this person is not dead. They're exhausted from trying to live up to all of these swords, these small t truths, which these are all those expectations of everyone else, all those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And I love this because with all of that, with the turtle, with the peace, there is this beautiful movement from chaos and from all this activity to this peaceful place within you. And even with that nature, with the Empress card, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, getting out into nature as much as you can really, helps you find this peace and find this clarity on what you're wanting to end, where you're wanting to go, what you're wanting to do. So if you can get away from all the noise, this is a huge, huge time to know when to walk away. It's not your responsibility to solve everyone else's problems. You're releasing yourself from all that pressure. You just feel this peace that comes from that. All this weight is lifted from your shoulders. So I like that for you, the Love 43. And that is what they have for you right now. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Very clear message. I like it. All right. And we had left off with new love. So new love, with the new job, you think it's been unfair about salary and saying you don't have education. So how will it go when you turn to others and try to get your education approved and a higher salary? Okay, let's take a look here. And I'm switching to the Light Seers Tarot. So let's see what we have here. Okay. Anything else? No, you got the Nine of Cups. That kind of summarizes it. It is a wish fulfillment card. So I like this for you. It does end up feeling, I feel like whatever this is going to be the outcome that comes from this. So when you turn to others to get your education approved in a higher salary, if they don't approve it at this company, I feel like that will be a nudge for you to still be looking at other companies, and your education and your higher salary will be approved by another company, if not by this one. So it does this. I love this standing up for yourself and this acknowledgement of your worth, that you're like, I have the education, I've worked hard, I deserve more. And I like that because it's allowing you to, get it with this company. If not, you'll find it with another company. So you definitely will have it acknowledged. So I like it. And that's, I love it. Easy breezy card coming through. And I like that. You're very welcome, the Love and new love. All right. So up next, we've got Spiritual Gifts Diva. So let's see what said, whatever comes out. Wow. All right. Well, they were going to talk to you for a long time, but these two cards are the ones that they emphasized. And I like this for you because you've got the Three of Pentacles, which is about you really standing out and being true to yourself, not allowing yourself to be swayed left or right, but really getting to know what it is you truly want in your life. It does bring you abundance. But I feel like this also has to do with about what you feel abundance means. We have the Kabbalah Tree of Life here, which talks to us about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and around what success and everything is that's been passed down from generation. But they're really saying they want you to look and see what it means about you being true to your authentic self. And what does it mean to you? Get out of the mind, all the stuff that you've been trained in your brain about it all, and really be able to step out and go, okay, what is it that I want? And it's different. It alters what you're looking for and what you're desiring. It helps clear away some of these expectations and these things that are caging you in, and it allows you to have some breathing room, which I really like for you. And that's what's coming through right now for you, Spiritual Gifts Diva. So many blessings to you. Hey, Ankita and Julia, thank you guys for being here. I see you have questions down below, so we'll get to those here in a moment. But LA beat you to the punch. So they are up next here. And you want to know, what are Arish's next steps towards you? And happy April to you as well. So let's take a look here. What are Arish's next steps towards you? Slow steps towards you. Okay. Well, I like it, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it, because you do have the Knight of Pentacles here, which is, you can see here, they're not even on their horse. slowest moving night out of them all. That takes the seasons for things to grow. It's like watching the grass grow. The steps that they have in mind is, this family, this wholeness, this completeness. Like, I think you can make my life complete and whole and abundance, but they're taking their good old time. They even took off their shoes. They're in no rush, which, is like, what's the deal? But whenever we have that, of course, whenever we're asking about other people's actions and we get any of these snail moving cards that come in, our life gets slowed down on purpose, for a purpose. Relationships, things get slowed down for us. And I know it feels like torture sometimes, but we learn so much. Things are slowed down so that we could be raising our inner self-love and our inner love vibration. So we'll draw in the things at the proper time. Because if things are going at the regular fast speed, we're going to keep attracting the same old thing that we, with our lower love vibration that we have until we raise it up. I mean, all humans start off with lower love vibration. And as we get higher and higher, we draw in different things that are more in alignment with our heart. But in the meantime, we're drawing in all the stuff that's related to the fears of losing conditional love, all these mirrors to show us our lower love vibration. It's like, okay, I don't want all this stuff in spirit. They're like, okay, they slow stuff down so we're not drawing all this stuff in. It's like things are moving toward us very slowly. But as we raise our love vibration, the lower vibrational stuff stops moving toward us and higher vibrational stuff starts moving toward us instead. And then they'll speed up time to where it comes to us faster. But for us, things go slow. And that's what they want you to know right now, LA. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Yay! All right. All right. So Ankita, thank you so much for answering Clover there as well. And she's about right there on the number of people. So Ankita, you are up next though. So what is coming into your love life? You're currently in a relationship. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Yeah, it looks like here, it is a time here. This is a new birth. There is this newness around it, but there's also this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture with the Queen of Pentacles. But it's time for you to kind of focus this love on you. Like what's coming into your love life? Self-love. You're giving yourself the love that you give everyone else. And there's this transformation that's coming here too. Because the Queen of Pentacles, this Ace of Pentacles is looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a new way, a higher way. And here you are looking into the mirror, seeing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, these limiting beliefs that you were fed all your life, which ones are making you feel blinded and bound and trapped, and you're freeing yourself from this. The 8 is the movement of thought that you are seeing it and you're releasing things. And that's what's bringing in this newness around your self-love for you, which also comes here. Big, bright, successful, wonderful card coming in here. It's Leo energy, which is also about diving into your inner child, which I feel is where these limiting beliefs were created, of course, usually emotionally 7 years old and younger. And we're releasing these binds that have been on us for so long. And it brings you to this new place in your life, this new birth, this new realization, this feeling of flow that's here. So I feel like this is a time where you're doing this inner change, this inner work, and the relationship that you're currently in. I really feel like there's this 8 of Pentacles energy, which the 8 of Pentacles is you're doing this inner work and you're releasing this stuff. And when you have put in this work, you're going to be at this fork in the road with your current relationship. It either needs to move up to match you where your heart is going, or it needs to move out. And it's okay, because you're going to be the one that's making the decision. It's not going to be, at the whim of anyone else. You're going to have changed so much about your self-love that they need to step up or step out, is what I'm feeling. And you're going to be at this point of going, yep, you can't keep up, and I need someone that can keep up. And it's okay. It's not something. We have people that are in our life for a season, for a day, for a lifetime, and they can bring us what we agreed to bring us. And when it's done, for the benefit of both of you, if they can't move up and they're not moving up with you to this higher plane of love, then it's time for them to go learn that lesson with others. And you get to have someone that can keep up, right? So that's what's coming through here, Ankita, and I like it for you because it feels so like warm, like that sun. So I like it. So yeah, so I think I answered that question without even seeing that you had asked it. Spirit knew. Is he going to stay with you? That's going to be up to you, not up to them. Uh, I feel, because you're going to be like, you're going to be different, and you're going to be like, um, are they able to keep up with you? You'll keep them. If they're not able to keep up with you, it's not them, though, that's making the decision. It is you. So I like it. All right, Ankita, many blessings to you. Hipas Ruby, you are up next. Hello, hello. Good day to you. And you want to know the current energies of John towards you. Let's take a look here and see what came out here. All right. So we do have, they've got this new passion towards you that's happening here, and this new opportunity that's arising here. I feel like you've been really working on your worth in relationship to the outside world, and I feel like you are getting this new feistiness, this new passion with yourself. You're stepping into your power, and I feel like they're seeing that around you. I feel like they have mixed feelings around it, though. They like this new, this new fire that you have, but also you are taking less kakapupu doo from other people, with the stuff that you used to. It's like you used to let people walk over you in some ways, and you're just not. You're checking in with you. I almost feel like your eyebrow goes up. You're like, what did you just say? They're like, nothing. And I feel like there's this, you're standing up for yourself more because this belief around your worth and who you are is coming in, and it's just like this energy, this power is expanding, and that they really like that confidence and the stuff that's building. It's very attractive to them, but on the other side too, there's like, uh-oh, because they realize that they can't, I won't say get away with what they were getting away with before, but they are realizing, oh, you are commanding respect for yourself, and that's meaning that they also have to change. And they're kind of like, uh-oh. It's like, yep, buckle up, because things are moving. I'm moving up, and you've got to move with me, and you've got to, you're putting up boundaries where you didn't have boundaries before, of respect. And I like that for you. So mixed feelings they have around that, which is okay. They need to adjust that if they want to stay within your realm. They need to pay attention to the Empress. And I like that. So that's what's coming through there for you. So many blessings for you, Mahipus. All right, Julia. Question: what are David's intentions towards you after you move? All right, let's see what comes out here. So their intentions right now, they see you being true to your authentic self. The Three of Pentacles is you, kind of stepping off and being your true, being true to you. And their intentions here with the Knight of Cups is to still pursue you. The Knight is movement and Cups is emotion. And so I still feel like they still have intentions of trying to maintain that. I just see, well, I mean, literally sending flowers and doing things to try to keep a connection. And that's what their intentions are. Are they going to be able to do it for a while? That's another question, right? But that's their intentions. They definitely have these intentions to try to maintain, um, you know, emotional connection. So I like it. And that's what they have for you. All right. Many blessings to you. You are very welcome. All right, Eliza, you are up next. Hello. And you want to know why this A, your coworker, doesn't like you. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. So we've got this death and this rebirth and the Hierophant here. And so as far as why the human doesn't seem to like you, there's this they're looking in a mirror. I almost feel like with this death card, they're looking at you, but they're seeing something reflected back that you have no idea what they're seeing. And so as far as the human, you don't know why they have this around you. But the what spirit is bringing in here, these are two major arcana which are showing you um, that this is a significant change for you in your life, for you to really look into yourself, because death and rebirth and the Hierophant, both of these have to do with you diving deep, and this is here you ascending to find your capital T truth of who you really are, and to see yourself in a different way. And when we have individuals in our lives that you know come at us, right? Or we're picking up on someone doesn't like something about me. What the mirror is telling you is it's like a message from spirit to go, what are you not liking about yourself? Because we don't recognize that people aren't liking us in some way unless there's something within us that we can look at and go, oh, yeah, so that's what I'm picking up on. And this is for me to reflect on myself. And if someone doesn't like something about us, it's because they're looking in the mirror and seeing something they don't like about themselves. But situations don't happen by accident. They happen on purpose, for a purpose, for us to face some fear of something about ourselves, right? Because things don't bother us unless we believe it somehow inside. Like if someone comes up to me and says, I think you're an alien from another planet, I'd be like, thank you. Because I feel like I'm an alien from another planet, but it doesn't bother me. Now, if they come up to me and they say something like, I don't think you deserve love, if I believe that in my heart somewhere, that is going to trigger some emotions that are bouncing up inside of me, or I think you're stupid. I don't think you can do your job. I don't think blah, blah, blah. If I have a belief somewhere inside, trigger, 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 and those things are triggered for me, so I can go, oh, do I really believe that? Where's this fear? What do I feel this means? And then we are able to look at that trigger, and the trigger dissolves because we see it for the lie that it is, right? So I feel like this is why this is happening for you, and it's popping up so that you can realize what it is about yourself that you're being reflected on this mirror. So it's a wonderful message for you. And that's why it's being brought to your attention. So that's what they have for you, Eliza. So many blessings to you. And Hershey, you will be my next free reading. I do have a donation that's coming through. All right. And thank you so much, Renee. Just real quick, Rajeshri Thakur, I do see your question. So you can, you don't have to post it anymore there for you. And actually, I think I answered that question last night. So we'll get to that eventually. But you don't have to post anymore because you're starting to spam the chat. All right. So Renee, thank you for your donation. And happy Saturday. So for work, you want to know, how does this individual view you? Let's take a look here. All right. What else? Okay. So let's take a look here. All right. So the first card that came out here is actually, this is the Five of Pentacles, is the feeling abandoned, the, feeling like you're left behind, that there's something like this door keeping you from something. Now, keep in mind too, with other people, how other people perceive us. Again, we've been talking about it in this session a lot. So it must be something in the spirit realm that's happening right now, because it's, we're mirrors for one another. And so when we ask, what are people perceiving me? A monkey looks in a mirror, they see a monkey. So, they're going to pick up on what they think is in us, but it's really what they're seeing in themselves. So there's this reflection going on where, I feel like they might feel like you're being blocked somehow, and somehow within them, they feel these abandonment feelings in their life, and they're feeling like they've been left behind and stuff. So they're seeing this in you, but this is really a lot of what's going on inside of them. Because something that really here, I mean, this is you connected to your higher self. Here, this Knight of Wands, you get this a lot. Fiery, bold. You are confident in your abilities. You have this inner strength, and I feel like they see this as well, which makes this almost seem contradictory, but it's because they see this in themselves, because they see this in you. So, there's this, they see this confidence, this ability, like you will get things done and move forward. And, but they see this mixed in there, as well. And that you can't help because that's within them, right? I do see here that, also there's this opportunity that's coming up here for you within your work. The Three of Wands is like a change of direction, and the Ace of Pentacles, in addition to being about seeing your worth in a different way, is about new opportunities opening up. So I feel like you're heading off into a new opportunity regarding work as well. And it's possible maybe you do feel like you have like reached a ceiling where they're not allowing you to go past a certain point, and so you're going, okay, well, that's okay, I'm ready to head off in a different direction, if necessary, if it be, it's like kind of like what I'm seeing, this little movie run in my head is like, I keep applying for like a supervisory position, and they keep choosing different people, and I keep applying, I keep asking them for feedback, and they tell me what to work on, and I do, and then they're like, okay, that's good, but this also you need to work on. And you're like, why didn't you tell me that last time? So you work on that, then they hire someone else on the next one. It just feels like you're being drawn, like you never get the carrot. And I kind of feel like that you do have this other opportunity that opens up with this closed door. It's almost like you change directions on what you want to do or where you want to work as well. But that's the kind of the impressions, how they view you with those other things. Um, and So hopefully that brings a little clarity in there for you. But that is what they have for you, Renee. So thank you so much again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And so we had left off with Hershey for the free readings, and you like a career reading. So you're starting a new job in 2 days. You're socially awkward and quiet. You don't know if your new work is right for you. You need work ASAP and unexpectedly got hired. Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. It makes sense here. You've got the peace of mind here. I feel like you're going to feel um, you're going to feel more at peace at this job than you realize here, because you've got the Queen of Cups, and I understand here why you're socially awkward and quiet, because you are very intuitive. You might be maybe a Pisces, Cancer sign, Scorpio, or you have like a water moon, because you are very intuitive. You pick up on people's emotions, and that's why you like to feel this comfort, because you do you. It's almost like you're very sensitive to things that people don't even realize that are going on, because you pick up on emotions all over the place. And that's why you have always felt like to be drawn inward, right? Because you pick up on all this stuff. So the Queen of Cups says, yeah, it's something that you can do is, build up this kind of force field around you. And this is what is it's great for all intuitive people that, you know, when you are very empathic and you feel people's emotions, it feels like a curse in the beginning, right? But you're able to build like a gelatin bubble around you, just kind of within your intention in your heart, just kind of feel like this force field where people's emotions bloop, bloop, and they get stuck in there, and that you don't have to take them on as your own. Can develop that and grow that and have this nice little bubble around you where you just feel like, just like where you can rest peacefully, and you just feel this little bubble of love that's happening here. You don't have to take on all the chaos of the storm that's going on around you. I like this too for you because the King of Pentacles does show this change of your worth and your how you're seeing the world too. So this is designed for you to really feel this wonderful building of your worth and relationship to the outside world. It starts to transform and change because of this bubble. One of the other things with this ability that you have, Hershey, with your empathic abilities, picking up on other people's emotions and all of this, seeing all this stuff is just a small piece of our abilities, because what we are able to do is, being aware of other people's emotions and the mood and stuff that's happening, is information for us. It's not designed for us to take on everyone's emotions. What we're able to do is kind of put out an EMP of love energy. We're actually able to push emotional energy out into a room. We can't make people choose what they want to feel, but we can make it easier or harder for people to choose love or fear and chaos and all that other stuff related to fear. We can change a room. If there's stress, we can walk into a room and transmute the energy. We can change the atmosphere. Now we can also go into a room that's happy, and if we're in an ornery, awful mood, we can also send out a smog where it's like it brings down the room. And so there's this wonderful responsibility, but empowerment that comes with this, that you can go in and you can push out love. You can push out love and have a bubble around you, but you can also push it out further and influence the room, influence where you're at. So I like this for you. There's this empowerment that is coming through this for you. And just try to imagine yourself this way, though, that you just feel safe and secure in a nice little bubble with all this love wrapped around here, that there's nothing to fear. You are safe, and comfortable and very powerful as well. So that's what they have for you, Hershey. So many, many blessings to you. Hang in there, hang in there. You'll be fine. All right. Michelle Lisieux, you will be the next free reading, but I do have a donation, a couple here. So I'm going to jump to those and then I'll return back to you. So thank you so much, Nikita, for your donations. And so you want to know first, how does Y feel for S? And what is the future of Y and S? And then also, how does Y feel for you in the future of your connection? Okay. So we'll start off here. So S is a third party. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like you want to know, how do they feel about that person? And then how do they feel for you? How's that going to turn out? And how's this going to turn out? So I get it. Okay. So we'll start off here first on how, since you asked about them first, this is for S. So what do they feel for S? Anything else? Okay. And then what's that future look like? All right. And then let's pull cards here for what do they feel for you? And how does that, what's the future of your connection? Okay. Anything else? All right. So let's take a look here. So we've got the King of Cups here, the Emperor, and the Seven of Cups. So their feelings, they're very confused. They're trying to understand how they feel about him here. The Emperor is also this newness energy. They're trying to find out what they want to do. This is Y's feelings for S, the first question. So we're starting off with that first. And then the King of Cups is this balancing of heart and mind as well. So they're trying to figure things out. They're really quite not sure. Again, this is like the emotional confusion card where they're like, do I feel this way, or do I feel this way, or do I feel this way? How do I feel about him? And so I feel like, with all these, cups and cups here, there's emotion there, but they're trying to understand it. They're trying to figure it out. They're balancing it with their mind. And so there's this, energy of just trying to figure it out, and what does it all mean? And so we have the Page of Cups here. And the Page of Cups, this is the result. It's like, what is the future? And it's like, well, this is what is trying to be determined, because I feel it's undetermined. They're trying to figure things out. There is a possibility for love here, but it's almost like they feel like it's, I love when pigs fly. They almost feel like this is like dream, like not so much like reality. It's almost like it feels like it's an illusion, and they're just like, they're having trouble seeing it happen, right? They're just like looking, going, well, can this even happen? Is it something that I really want, right? And so I feel like that's coming in there. It's interesting because when I was looking at your outcome, so this is the outcome for them, and this would be the outcome of your connection with Y, which Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. It's the same type of energy, except this feels like almost unobtainable. Like that's something way off in the hemisphere, but it's like the Ace of Cups. This shows something more obtainable with you, because it's the same type of energy, but for some reason with the cards that we're using, that feels like with Y and S, it feels like something that's just way off, like nothing that can't, that isn't totally possible. It's like it almost seems like it's I want to go live on the moon. It's like I don't see that happening. I just don't see that, and it's confusing, right? And but the Ace of Cups feels this overflowing, beautiful energy there. Um, and as far as so that's like the future of your connection, the feelings um, that they have for you. It's interesting here because we've got this the Six of Pentacles here, which is equal giving and receiving, and the Hermit card, which is kind of like this. It just feels like they need to be like, backwards. And oh, well, that will make sense. Because I'm like, the Hermit card is like, why are you off by yourself? Well, yeah, blocking him definitely. That explains it too. And that explains the tower that they've been removed out of there for you. So that makes sense. Thanks for telling me that. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so I see here things are moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose. I do see you here by yourself. The Queen of Pentacles. This is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, really, having this energy to yourself here. And the Six of Pentacles is this, um, you know, this is my codependency awareness card too. Um, I don't see, with the Hermit and the Tower card, this makes a lot of sense here for me because this is you being by yourself and that they're removed out of your life for you. Because the Ace of Cups, also is about you finding the love within yourself as well. With this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and you're given this time to focus in on your own tendency to overgive in a relationship too. So I feel like with these energies, with now that I see your cards here, that this is, they are looking at the two outcomes here, right? But and I just feel like they're emotionally confused, just all around with that Seven of Cups. And they're trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening as well. But as far as the future, the future connection, um, with especially with the Hermit card and the Tower card, this would tell me more that it's leaning towards you not being with them, that this is you off being by yourself, and that there's this movement of things in and out of your life that are happening for you, especially Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. The Ace of Cups is about turning inward and upward as well. So I almost feel like they're they are emotionally confused and they're trying to figure out what's going on in their life here, and they're trying to balance their heart and their mind, but I just feel like they don't even know what they really want in their life anyway. But that's what happens. So yeah. So to answer your, the clarifier about your future, I don't see you with them. Especially if you're not wanting to be with them. This beautiful energy is like pushing them away, which I like. So if you don't want to be with them, I feel like, um, you know, begin to focus in on your own love, inward and upward, and then that just changes the energy around things. If you're focusing on your fears, if you fear something's going to come into your life, you draw it to you. So instead of drawing it to you, instead of focusing on what you fear, use your energy to focus on gratitude for what you do want in your life, for what you do have in your life, what you do want to draw in. Don't focus in on, I don't want them, I don't want them, I don't want them, because when you have this fear of, I don't want it, you draw it to you. It's like saying, looking and there's a lion and you're like, I don't want the lion to see me. Lion, go away. Lion, go away. It's like the lion goes, what? You're like, no. It's like, no, I'm going to focus on what I do want, not focus on what I don't want, if that makes sense. So that is what they have for you, Nikita. I like it. So just don't focus on fear, focus on unconditional love and connecting to the higher realms, because that also will draw your self-love energy, and your love vibration goes up. That automatically it stops attracting the lower vibrational stuff. It starts drawing in other things for you as well. So I like it. And that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donations. All right. So I am at the top of my second hour. I am going to extend further on here. And just to let everyone know, because some people are asking me to take their questions, I do go down in order, first come, first serve, for the free readings. And so I try to get through as many as I can. I still have quite a bit more to go. But if you do want me to prioritize your reading and do it next, a donation of any kind, I do prioritize those and go deeper into those, as you just witnessed. And then when I'm done, and then I return and go back in order for the free readings. I have been on for 2 hours. I usually try to stop around 2, but Saturday mornings I have a large group of people that attend. So I try to go a little further. So I will try to get through as many, but if you want to make sure I get to your reading in this session, I do honor that energy exchange of donations and prioritize those. And that's how that works. So I will continue to move down the free list here. And we were to Michelle Lezoux. Good morning to you. And you'd like a general reading. So let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. Wow. Yeah. So you definitely have some mental clarity that's coming in here for you, because not only do you have the Justice card with the Ace of Swords here, it looks like the same person. You have the Queen of Swords with the Ace of Swords here. And so this is about connecting to capital T truth, seeing things from that higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love. And it allows you to cut away some small T truths, these fears of losing conditional love. The balancing of the scales there has to do with, we're out of balance. We humans, we get so much of those small T truths, those fears of losing conditional love, these expectations that sound like supposed to and should and need to and have to and must, all this opinion we've been given all our lives around who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, who other people are supposed to be, how things are supposed to. Well, the balancing comes in when we connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, and we see things from a truer perspective, and we cut away these fears, and then the scales balance. There is definitely this balancing energy, because the Queen of Swords not only rolls over air, but all the queens are given water, which you can see the heart, the Ace of Cups is in here, is imprisoned. It's the balancing of heart and mind. So we've got this balancing energy that's coming in right now. So seeking balance, stepping away from the chaos, stepping away from as much fear as we can, like paying attention to what we're watching, listening to, what we're speaking, eating, what we're touching, what we're all of our senses. What are we bringing in? What energy am I being around? What am I focusing my energy on? There's this balancing energy, um, awareness around balance that's coming in right now. So whatever you can do to take some deep breaths and get out into nature if you can, getting away from all the noise uh, of society and everything else is a good thing to do. We connect inward and upward, that helps balance our life. So I feel like that's what's coming in right now for you, Michelle. So many blessings to you. And blessings to you, Julia. Hey, KCTES, good evening to you. You'll be the next free reading coming up here. I just need to take a quick sip here. All right. And will you find work soon? You've been searching for a long time. All right. So let's see what Spirit has for you here. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have all this fiery energy coming in. So I do like this for you because they're basically giving you the solution too. You've got the Magician, which is the master manifester. So I do feel like you will find work soon. But with the Queen of Wands and the Magician, and the Magician usually has a wand. It's almost like this, where they usually have a wand pointing to the sky, but one hand pointing to the ground. And both of these talk about you realizing and repurposing your energy. Because you also have the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, which tells me that you are going to get a job. But it's about balanced energy too, because it's four, uh, two wands on each side. So what I mean by repurposing your energy is when we realize every moment that we are making an energetic choice of where we're sending our energy. Our energy is always going out creating, and that's what the Magician card shows, and the Queen of Wands too. It's like they're able to really point their energy and make things happen. But this powerful energy, if we're focusing on what we're missing in our life, like if I'm going, I don't have work, I don't have work, I don't have work, that the universe hears, I like not having work, I like not having work. I enjoy missing work because I feel like I'm missing it. It's like, okay, give them more work to miss or no work to miss, right? Or if we focus on what's in our life that we don't want, that grows and that expands. When we focus in on what we fear will leave our life or come into our life, we're shoving it out and drawing it to us. So that energy, being aware of it and repurposing it is like, oh, I see. So my energy, I'm actually pushing work away by focusing on that I don't have work, which I know seems counterintuitive, but that's how our energy works. It feeds what we're focusing on. So if I like transition it and I look at what am I grateful for that I do have in my life, gratitude grows. Not focusing on missing work. So the energy that was pushing work away um, is becoming less. And then I focus on what I do want to bring into my life. So I'm grateful and I'm focusing on that I'm going to have work and work is coming to me. That focusing on that energy and believing it draws the work to me. And so when I focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, that grows and that expands rather than fears. I'm not focusing on my fears. I'm not focusing on the missingness. I'm focusing on gratitude and what I am drawing toward me. And then boom, it starts doing it because that's how powerful our energy is. And so I feel like this with all three wands, you have all this, or these three fire energies, is about you learning about your power. So you've gone long enough of, okay, I've learned that when I focus in on what, um, on things I don't want, that I'm actually bringing it to me and making it bigger. I'm going to focus on what I do want and watch this manifestation happen and watch the stuff. So that's what they have for you, KCT. And I like it for you. You have the power within yourself to draw it to you. And I do see that you do it because the Four of Wands is joy and celebration. So that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list, and we are to Aniket. Hello, hello. And you want to know Virgo's feelings for you since you've had no contact. All right, let's take a look here. All right, well, I just had one card that came out here, and they have this feeling of abandonment, this feeling of being left behind, of unworthiness, of lack that's in their life. And I feel like, you've had no contact because this is just them feeling about themselves. I almost feel like it's not you specifically, that this is just their life in general. And because they have these feelings of lack and these feelings of unworthiness and having been left behind earlier in their life, like we're talking about childhood, like 7 years old and younger, that they have these emotional beliefs that they don't deserve love, that they what is it when they booby trap their own relationships? What is it called, where they sabotage relationships and situations and things because they have these beliefs that are bubbling underneath the surface, under their subconscious, that they don't even realize that it's out there sabotaging things, and it has these beliefs that pop into their head. And so they just have this overall belief about lack and their unworthiness, and abandonment, like even if they fear abandonment, that they just abandon first because they just know they're going to be abandoned. So I feel like it doesn't have anything to do with you. You could give someone the world, but if they believe in themselves here that they don't deserve it and that they're going to be abandoned, they will sabotage it. And I feel like that's what's going on with it there. So nothing you can do but send them love from a distance, and because they have to do that inner work. They have to go into that subconscious and transform things, or you're just going to continually have to deal with them sabotaging your relationship, your interactions. So that's what they have for you. So hang in there, Aniket, and just the only thing you can't change their mind, you can't change their heart. All you can do is send them love, and they will do their work. And if it's meant to be, you guys will reconnect. Otherwise, you can just be like, okay, I served the mirror for what I needed to show them. I have no idea what it was, but you can, like, what did you learn? What are you learning from this no contact? Because it happened for both of you. You can look at, okay, what did I learn about myself through this? Do I have any of those feelings of abandonment that I can look at and heal and dive in there? Because we always come into each other's lives for each other, to show each other things. And so you can look and see what you learned. So that is what they have for right now, Aniket. So many blessings to you. And love and light to you, Deb, if you're still here. Hey, Christine. Hugs to you if you're still here. It's been a while, so you might already be gone. All right, Clover, we are to you. You're the next free reading coming up here. And so, hi, Will. So will something change, something good change between you and Mate? And when will you see him? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about you and Mate? Okay. Anything else? Nope. So, we've got the Four of Cups here, which it just feels like something does need to change. I mean, the Three Cups here, you can see how bored that and unfulfilling the Three Cups are here, which is about the outside world, right? And the Ace of Cups here, this is finding the love that we're really searching for within ourselves. And I don't feel like things will change until, we realize this, because the outside world, the love we find in the outside world is empty in comparison to this. This is what we're hungering and thirsting for. And that's why the outside love doesn't fill us up for very long, if at all, right? Because it's like, I joke that it's like American Chinese food, right? Here, when I go and I eat American Chinese food, it's like I'm um, hungry an hour later. I'm like, did I even eat? And that's kind of how love in the outside world feels like. It's like we have it, but it just doesn't feel like it fulfills us for very long, if at all. And I feel like that things don't change. Things will continue to loop and be the same way until we turn inward and we find this beautiful unconditional love, inward and upward. And that's the unconditional love. This is the Ace of Cups, the chalice, the Holy Grail, that's full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. And, there is movement and thought and belief that happens here. When you connect to this love, when you fill up with that, then yes, there is a movement and change and communication between you and Mate, but it's because things you have changed. You don't look to them to fulfill you anymore. The reason why there's this delay and like things are not unfolding is because it can't fulfill you. And once you find this love from within, you fill up like that chalice and it overflows. You're no longer looking for them to fulfill you. What they give is above and beyond extra. You no longer have this attachment to an outcome of like, when they love me enough, then I will feel whole and full. It's like, no, they can never love you enough to make you feel whole and full, because they can't give you what you're really seeking for, that you can only find within you. So this is what changes everything. And once you truly find that, then you release the outcome. You just appreciate them for who they are and whatever love they can give. We're not desperately seeking to have them fulfill us because we're feeling full. That's where this change happens. And then that opens, your ability to communicate, and it draws a different type of love towards you. But right now, it won't bring you what you're really searching for, um, because you'll continue to do what you've always did and get what you always got. But your love vibration, that Ace of Cups, that rainbow, is raising your love vibration, which allows you to see love in a completely different way. So that is what they have for you, Clover. I know, but that's their message for you. I'm just the messenger. Talk to your spirit guides, right? All right. But many blessings to you, Clover. Hang in there. All right. And we are to Ashika Asawa. Hey. So how will the month of April be for you? Let's take a look here. Wow, a lot of pentacles. So I do see this transformation that's happening for you in April. You're moving from this place of feeling like lack, where you feel abandoned or left out, and this 5 is a number of transformation and transition. And I like this because it's like you're moving from this place where you fear that people in the outside world aren't going to be able to bring you what you need in the outside world. And it's good because they can't. It's fickle. They will. When people in the outside world, they go into fear, and they will go into survival mode, and they do pull the rug out from underneath you, and they withdraw and pull all their stuff back because I'm in fear. I need it for me, right? And so you do move from this place to like the 3 of Pentacles here. And the 3 of Pentacles is like a card here. I feel like with the combination of these two, it's self-sufficiency, because 1, this is about you being true to your authentic self, that you can stand on your own. And the Page of Pentacles here is also about you seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way as well. So it's all these pentacles. Your outside world is going through this transition where you don't feel you need to depend on someone else. You're standing on your own, being true to you, and it's bringing in these opportunities. It's bringing in this wholeness and this transformation. I don't know if you can see on the bottom of their foot here, they have these roots that are taking place here. And I feel like you are getting your roots, you're getting your foundation of your worth in a completely different way where you're able to really stand on your own and step up for yourself. And so there is this beautiful release of feeling like abandoned and left behind in these beliefs of lack, and you're really stepping into your own empowerment. Also, there's this trust you build with the creator, knowing that you've always had everything you've needed in each moment, and the creator and spirit love you, and they're the ones that really bring you what you need, not the humans. They're a shipping company. They bring you what you need. Sometimes the creator sends it through other people, but it's not them that's supplying it. It's the creator, it's source. They will make sure that you have what you need in each moment, and you're building this trust with that, as well as this confidence that within yourself as well. So I like that for you, Ashika, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. Hey, Brenda. So how will the month of April be for you? Let's take a look here. Well, I like it. You have some conflict of mind that's being transformed. 5 is the number of transformation, and you've been having some thoughts and beliefs that have been in your ear, like this raven, just right in your ear, giving you a headache. Like, all right, all right. But you have this transformation that's happening this month. You're letting some old conflicting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, some old fears rooted in conditional love. You're allowing them to be moved away, because here you're stepping into your power with the Page of Wands. You have this energy that you've been investing in, trying to meet some old expectations, try to avoid some old fears, and you're just stepping into simply this joy, this power that comes in for you during this month, realizing with that Page of Wands, with the Ace of Wands that the page has, that I get to focus my energy on what I want to grow. And when I'm focusing in on my fears, they grow. You know, like when you fear something's going to come into your life, you just and you're drawing it in like a fish on a reel. When we fear something's going to leave our lives, our power repels it out of our life. You know, when we focus on what we feel that we're missing, the missingness grows. When we focus on something that's in our life that we don't want, it grows. When we change our energy with that Page of Wands and we focus on what we're grateful for, more things to be grateful for expand. When I focus my energy on what I do want to come into my life, I draw that to me. The more I focus on unconditional love, joy and laughter and peace, you know, that gratitude, that grows those things in my life, and my love vibration goes up. I draw things that are higher to me. Instead of the fearful things, my lower vibration, I draw lower vibrational stuff into my life. So I like this month of April. It's this freeing. You're letting go of fears, and so you're not focusing energy on them. You're focusing energy on gratitude instead. So I like it for you, Brenda. So many blessings for you. All right. All right. Light worker. You know, light worker, I do not see a question up above. I think that happened to you before. For some reason, I don't have very many filters set on chat at all, but I will pull cards for you. I don't see a question, but maybe your phone died before the question got into YouTube, or YouTube is doing something to your questions. But Spirit knows what you want. So I'm going to pull cards here for you, light worker. And let's see what they want you to know right now. Wow. So you got the Page of Wands, just like I pulled just now for Verinda. So you can rewind, listen to Verinda about the power of the wand coming in for you here. Yeah, because you got the Two of Pentacles too. So in addition to the Page of Wands, which is stepping into your power, this is bringing in this balance too, which is totally what we are talking about. You know, we've got the lower world and the higher world and this infinity symbol with this ebb and flow, which is about not beating ourselves up, you know, when we are focusing on our fears. And if Rinda, if you're still listening, this also goes for you. There's this, you know, judgment that we have on our human side of, oh, you're not supposed to feel this way and blah 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 blah, you're supposed to be happy all the time. It's like, oh, we come down here for ebb and flow, and neither is right, neither is wrong. We come down here for the experiences. And so if we do find ourselves fearing and feeling something that we don't want to feel anymore, it's okay. We're gentle with ourselves and we're just like, okay, I know with my power I can choose differently now. And so we do, and we experience something differently until we drift back, or we get bored being in bliss and we're like, I want some drama. We have a little bit of drama, knowing that any moment I can switch it back. So we don't feel trapped in those emotions. And there's this beautiful ebb and flow of life that we get to experience. Bliss and unconditional love next to chaos and conditional love. And it's okay. We don't have to live here. We can stay a lot of time in unconditional love and then go here and go, okay, that was enough. I'm just like, ha ha, ha ha. You know, that's what I feel for you, light worker, is just being aware of where you're investing your energy, and that there's this beautiful balance, not to beat yourself up for experiencing, you know, your light worker. And light workers work in the dark sometimes, right? And so sometimes we do ebb and flow into that, and that's okay. So that is what they have for you, light worker. Many blessings to you. Right, and Clover, we already took care of you. So Devi Sri, we're to you, and you want to know, how will April be for you? And for all of you who have not checked out the monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, I do have those saved in my monthly playlist if you go to my main page, so you can also look there for some additional information. So how will April be for you, Debbie? Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. Yeah, you are looking into here. I like that you're diving into your fears here, because the Three of Swords is our disappointment, heartbreak card, and it just represents, you know, it's the Three of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes. And here's the Queen. She has the Ace of Swords, which is the solution to our heartbreak, to facing our disappointments, because she allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, see things from this different perspective, balancing that heart and that mind, seeing things from that, you know, up above, allows you to cut away these fears, these small T truths, which are rooted in fears of losing conditional love. We're given a lot of opinion, you know, the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos, the have tos and the musts. And this Ace of Swords allows you to cut this away here during the month of April. So some disappointments you've had in the past, some fears you have about opening up your heart or taking steps forward, this is a solution. This is some healing that comes. The Seven of Pentacles here too shows that you've been kind of working on this for a while. You know, this is, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? It's the fruit. And you definitely have this fruit that's about to be born, because you have, I feel like you have been working on your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, doing some shadow work, and you'll continue to do that in April. And you will get the fruit of your labor with some release of some pain, some release of some fears in April. So I do like that for you, Debbie. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Okay, we already took care of those. All right, so Tanya Hikes, we are down to you, I believe. Let me just make sure here. All right, so you'll be my next free reading, Tanya, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Ashley. And you want to know, how is Michael feeling about you lately? All right, let's take a look here. How is Michael feeling around you? All right, let's see what we got here. Well, it looks like here, Ashley. Oh, that's right. I do so many readings. I usually don't remember a whole lot unless they bring it back for a particular purpose. So no problem at all. But it feels like here, I mean, and I can't remember what the other reading was, and that's okay, because the Knight of Pentacles is like the slow moving knight. And I really feel like they are doing a lot of inner work. They are just taking their good old time. The Devil card, of course, is shaking and rattling their life, and they're really looking and questioning. Like they have these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets and expectations around themselves and life. And I feel like they're just in this period where their whole life is being shaken up with that. Because and I feel like they're a lot in their mind. The Devil card does tell us about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are what are being shaken. And here we have the Knight of Swords, which is the pursuit of truth. The Five of Swords, which is trying to understand the conflict that's going on inside their head. And okay, yeah, so it seems like he's finishing this up here because he's just like trying to get this this conflict out of his head. And the Knight of Swords would be about communication, new communication that's coming. So I feel like he hasn't been taking his good old time with it, right? It's like, come on already. And I do like this because it feels like they are at this place with this Eight of Cups, which is another movement of emotion card. They're leaving behind emotions that no longer, serve them here. And so they're letting that go, and he's moving to the Nine of Cups, which is this kind of emotional wish fulfillment. So this does make sense. It's just taking time here, you know. It's like the Knight of Pentacles. Whenever we get like this type of thing, it is taking time. It's taking its good old time, and it's about trusting the timing. Whenever things are going slower, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but when things are, feeling like they're um, taking forever, that things go slow for us. That while we're waiting for them to do all their stuff, that we turn inward and upward. We work on our self love, look at what we can clear away, what we can do to expand our self love, because it's a win 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 win. Um, so, yeah, well, so that was April, right? But timing depends so much on the work that we're doing and the work that they're doing, because there's, this range that happens. And as we work on our self love, we get to fill up with this unconditional love from above, which is what we're truly searching for. But it also expands our self love and the pipeline between us and others, right? Where because I can't receive love from others more than to the extent I love myself, nor give love to others more than to the extent I love myself. So if my self love is like this, no matter how much love I want to give them, it's going to dribble through. And no matter how much love they want to give me, it's only going to dribble through. But if I expand my self love, then the flow, not only do I have this beautiful flow here, I'm able to have this beautiful flow between others. So I just really feel like the time frame, it has to do so much with the amount of time we're investing and the energy we're investing on or expending our self-love, because things go slow for us to work on our self-love to raise our love vibration. Otherwise, we will continue to draw in what we've always drawn in, which is the lower vibrational stuff. And as we raise our love vibration to higher things, we draw in higher vibrational stuff more in tune. So it feels like they're getting there. It's like, all right, we're getting closer and closer. They're, leaving old emotions behind that no longer serve them, really working on their mind, their thoughts, and their beliefs. But things are going slow. And so what you can do, instead of waiting for them, when are they going to, hop to it? Spend your time focusing on your self-love, and that will speed up things on both ends. Yeah, because we have the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight, which they're just reaffirming that if I focus on what I'm missing, I'm pushing him away. If I'm focusing on unconditional love and joy and focusing on that, then I'm not pushing them away. I'm drawing them to me, if that makes sense. So if my energy, that Knight of Wands, they have that wand, pursuit of our power. If I'm focusing in on like what's in my life that I don't want, I grow that. If I focus on what I'm missing in my life, then the missingness grows, because that's how powerful we are. If I focus in on my fears of what is being moved out of my life or that may come into my life, I'm pushing it away or drawing things to me that I don't want. But when I focus in on gratitude for what is and focus in on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and what I do want to draw in, then that grows and that expands. So I feel like that's what they're wanting to bring in right now. And especially if they gave you the number 4, the possibilities are April, if we do our inner work, right? Because I control that. So that's what they have for you, Ashley. Hang in there. I know we wish everything would just happen fast, but that's, it's funny. Spirit has told me, it actually was on when I was out walking, because I felt Spirit walking with me, and I go, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we enjoy going on walks, with humans. And I'm like, well, why? They're like, well, over here, they, we're so powerful on the other side. It's like if there was a universe on the other side, we could go, I wonder what Mars is like. And we're on Mars. We don't get to enjoy the journey of going to Mars, taking, years to get there or whatever. Here, we get to experience the journey of the process of stepping and walking. And it's beautiful from their standpoint. Here, I know we're like, come on, I wish I could just be there. But when we realize that part of what draws us here is the journey and the scavenger hunt and the taking the steps toward it, we can maybe slightly enjoy the journey a little more, even though I know it's hard for a human. But you're very welcome, Ashley. Thank you again for your donation. Let me see where we left off here. So Tanya Hikes, we left off with you. And let me see. I don't think I see a specific question from you. So we will give you a general reading. Spirit knows what you're wanting. So let's take a look here and see what they have. All right. So you do have this change of approach that's happening here. The 5 of Wands represents the energy. Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, inspiration. And the 5 is like a number of conflict here. Like there's this energy of conflict that starts off feeling like competition, that feels like people are trying to push us out of the way so they can get ahead in a way. But it transforms, it changes, because we're able to see things differently. We're able to, instead of seeing it that way, we're like, this person is speaking down to them, telling how they can get up to here. This person's telling them how they can get to here, and this person's telling these two how they can get up to here. It becomes this energy of helping one another, and that understanding that whatever's unfolding is unfolding for us and happening for us. Also, the Chariot card is this very empowering card, because a lot with like changing perspectives, this allows us to see that we are the ones that get to choose so much in our lives. We're the ones, with the power of choice. Each moment is either a choice of unconditional love of the higher realms, or of the fear of losing conditional love of the human realm, all these fears of losing conditional love, all these expectations, right? So every moment we get to choose what story of our mind we apply to a situation. Is it of unconditional love or fear? What emotion do I want to feel in this moment? Unconditional love or fear? And where I'm investing my energy, on unconditional love and gratitude and all this, or fear? And when we realize that each moment, my perspective is what's creating my reality in my world, we get to choose. We get to take that back, that power back that we're given away, that I'm a victim to life and life is happening to me. Instead, I can look at life and go, life is happening for me. And I get to choose what it means, how I feel, and what energy I invest in, what am I expanding. There's an empowering time here for you to realize whatever it is that you're going through. We have a lot of opinions, like those fears of losing conditional love, or all these popular opinions that were given to us on that something is supposed to mean that I should feel this way. This is what I need to do, have to do, must do. But it's a lie. We are the ones that get to choose it. And in the beginning, it kind of pisses us off a little bit, because I don't want to take responsibility for all my past pain. At least I didn't in the beginning. I was like, I need to question this. I don't think I'm making a choice. This happens. This is what it means. This happens. This is how I feel. But they were very gentle with me, Spirit, and they showed, actually, you took on, as a child, you didn't know any better. You took on everyone's opinion as your own opinion. Opinion was repeated enough, or it became your habit to think and feel a certain way. And then it became your reaction, where it doesn't feel like you're making a choice, but it's happening so fast it doesn't feel like it. But if we can calm down and slow things down, we can see that I am choosing what story, what emotion, what energy I'm investing, and I can change my habit to do differently. So I like that for you, Tanya. So very empowering. And that is what is coming through. So many, many blessings to you. And let's see where we are at here. So Nuza Miranda, hello. You are up next. So how are your colleagues feeling about your promotion? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. So what are your colleagues feeling about your promotion? Okay. Depends on the colleague. You have the Queen of Cups, which is a double emotional, and then you have the Queen of Swords, which is balance of heart and mind, because queens are given water. So a second portion. This queen rules over the air and the mind, but she's given water, so that's balancing of heart and mind. The Queen of Cups rolls over water and is given more water. So you have some people, I like it, because it depends on the person. There's some people that are overjoyed for you. There are some people that are very bitter about it and don't like it. And then there's people that are balanced about it and they understand. And I like it. It is a wonderful message that, everyone sees through their own eyes. They see through their own perceptions, right? And so we can't control what people see. We're mirrors. They're going to see what they want to see based on where their esteem is. There's people that are very confident, that are very happy for you. There's people with very low self-esteem that hate you because that makes them feel like low, even lower about themselves. And there's people in the middle that are like, yeah, it's good. I'm happy for them. Doesn't impact me. So it depends on who is and what, and in the moment too. One moment someone's very happy, the next moment they don't feel good, they're upset. That's the fickleness of the human, depending on what's going on in their world. So um, that's how it works, and you can't please all the people any of the time, or any of the people all of the time. And I like that message for you. Is like, who cares? You be happy for you, and everyone else can deal with it. I like it. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Nusa. And congratulations on your promotion. Spirit wants you to know that you certainly deserve it. And if anyone disagrees, that's their own choice, right? I like it. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So moving down the list here. So Rajeshri Thakur, what will your second baby be, girl or boy? And I remember this last night because um, we'll see what comes through here again. Because last night they had said that you're going to have twins, a boy and a girl. So let's take a look here. Yes. Again. So you've got the balance, one of each here. And then Queen of Swords is balanced between heart and mind. Mind, air, being boy, male. And then they're given cups, which is emotions, which is girl. So again, this has come through. You actually get two. You have one of each. Twins. So I know you have a first baby, but this isn't saying that you have a second one that's not the other. It's like you have your first, and now you're going to have twins, a boy and a girl. So there you go, Rajeshri. It came through again. So enjoy that. My brother, his first were twins. He had two girls, and then he has a son. But yeah, your twin energy definitely is popping up there. So many, many blessings to you. Enjoy. Yay. All right. Nidhi Sarvaya, you are up next here, and you want to know how will your April month be? So let's take a look here. All right, yeah, you got a lot of thinking going on in April here, because you've got the King and the Knight of Swords. Swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, expectations, attitudes. And, the Knight searches after higher truth, and the King of Swords has the Knight of Truth here, which allows you to see things from a different perspective. You're seeing things from up above, from unconditional love, which allows you to also cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. Small t truths that are rooted in fears of losing conditional love, fears of failure, whatever it may be. So you do have this wonderful transformation of thinking and belief during this month. So I like this for you. Movement of thought definitely indicated here. And so the more you connect to the inner and upper truths from above, the more you can cut away these expectations that make you feel restricted and tight and like you're in a cage. You're pulling those away. You're having freedom come in with whatever situation that you have been feeling like it's been keeping you back, or you have fears around something. These fears, the truths are coming out as you look into them and find out, why do I fear that? Is that really true? And you connect from this higher place and you see that, no, that's actually a lie. It is not true. I know the truth within my soul. And I feel like that's what's coming through there for you. So that is what they have for you, Nidhi. I like it. Many blessings to you. And we're making our way down the list here. We're getting closer to the end. Blissful, you are up. So why is your boyfriend being dishonest? What is he hiding? Aquarians never lie. I don't understand. I'm Aquarian. Why is anyone ever dishonest, right? Let's take a look here. Yeah. So we have the Judgment card here, which is, this is our higher self calling us to this place, right? We've got the Empress, which is new beginnings, and we've got the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is the shaking, this rattling that happens in our life. And just the energies I feel with all three of these, whenever we have a fear in our life, that's what kicks in, this energy together. When we have this long list of things that has to be met, like when we live in a black and white world, which is, I feel like they live in a black and white world with this energy here, we can't be truthful, and we have to blame other people too. Because when we're all or nothing in a black and white world, if I even just make the tiniest little mistake or something, I'm failure. I'm a complete failure. There's not like gray, it's black or white. And they live in this black and white world that's so stressful. They're striving so hard to be who they think they're supposed to be. All these rules, so much pressure, so much on them that they just are trying to, it's like a government. They have to cover up stuff so that they don't, they're not a failure. And I feel like this is what's going on, is they just have so much pressure of trying to be who they've always been told so much in their life of who they're supposed to be, that they're just walking around in fear, and they just are trying, when we're in fear, we do stupid stuff. When the human being goes into fight or flight mode, the intelligent, compassionate, loving adult is knocked out of our head. It's replaced with a cat or a 2-year-old or a 2-year-old cat, which is, it hisses and attacks and runs away, or it hides things, right? Or a little 2-year-old isn't, if it knows it's going to get in trouble, it's like, did you eat all the cookies? No. It goes into survival mode, and it does things that are unloving, unintelligent, and unkind. And it's what the human does. When it feels fear, that's what it reverts to. It's how the human works. And it's not an excuse. It's just the reason why. Why are they dishonest? Why are they hiding things? Because they're in fear. And what are they fearing? Who knows? Fear and rejection, is usually a big thing. Fearing death, fearing, not being good enough, all these things, these fears that we all share as humans. That's what triggers us all. And that's what's happening. So you can also ask, what are you hiding from yourself? How are you being dishonest with yourself? Because that's the fears that come up when we recognize it in someone else. We have it too, right? And so it's like, oh yeah, how am I being dishonest with me? In what way? Maybe not the same way, but how am I being dishonest? What am I hiding from me? And so it's a wonderful journey, these relationships. I know it's one of the most challenging but growth induced classrooms that we go through. So hang in there, blissful. Many blessings to you. Yeah, the what is he hiding? I feel like they are not wanting to go into that. They're wanting you to see more about you. What are you hiding from yourself? So interesting. But many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So let's see. We have to take care of Nikitha here. Smita Sark, I believe we are to you. Thank you for liking, and thank you all of you for all of you that have given a thumbs up on the video. It does definitely help spread the Zen love, and I greatly appreciate that. So when will Lakshya Sen marry Smita Sakura? Okay, so when are they going to marry? Let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know. So we've got some, it seems like there's some conflict right now around this arrangement, because the Five of Wands is drive, ambition, passion, but it's a conflicting energy. Like there's just some, I don't know, there's this differencing of opinions, and there's this, it's like this competition that's going on here. And everyone's trying to reach to the top here. And it just feels very lengthy and drawn out. I even feel like this is you just bored, waiting for the love to arrive, because what you've been given has just been very unfulfilling, right? I feel here, there's this journey that we're on with, everything in life, but I just feel like there's still this conflict that's happening. And it's just, again, it feels like it's just being drawn out and being drawn out and being drawn out. And I don't feel like there's this, it is movement, there is change, there is resolve happening, but it just feels like it's, again, I don't see dates that are coming in here. I mean, we've got the Four of Cups and the Five of Wands, which would be April and May, but I just feel like there's so much that is having to be worked out here, that I just feel like, it just feels like this energy of like, is it ever going to end here? I'm going to pull a clarifier real quick here. We have the Strength card. There is this, while we're waiting for everything to unfold, there's this turning inward and upward to connect with your higher self. Things get delayed when Spirit is wanting us to turn inward. This is the Ace of Cups, which is the love we get from our higher self, from Spirit, from the spirit world. And I feel like this pause, this drawing out is happening so that you can connect to your higher self, because they're wanting you to experience the love that you're looking for, which you don't find in the outside world, you find on the inside. Because the story of the lion and the maiden here on the Strength card is, the lion is our human, it's hungry, it's thirsty, it's told to eat and drink of these bowls of the outside world, which are relationships, situations, and things, and it eats of them, but it's not full. It doesn't fill it up, and it becomes hangry. It's hungry, angry, and roaring because it's not satisfied, and it's not finding satisfaction in the outside world. And so they're having you turn inward and upward then. And our higher self is the one that brings us what we're truly hungering for, which is the unconditional love of the upper realms. And so, because it's just conveniently made of that unconditional love, our higher self can give us what we're hungering for. And then we're full. We're finally full. We feel this fullness and this wholeness. And then we transform from this roaring, hangry lion into a purring little lion cub sitting in the lap of our higher self. We're able to walk through life in a completely different way than we would have without it. And it changes our whole aspect in how we look at love in the outside world, and it allows things. So I feel like this is what they're saying right now. They're not giving you time frame. They're saying things are being drawn out. Things are not unfolding. There's conflict and everything that's happening on purpose to give you time to turn inward and upward, which transforms any marriage and any relationship that you'll have, both spousal, friends, family, whatever, because you're finding this love from within that's transformational. So that's what they want you to know right now, Smita. I know I wanted a day, but that's what they have for you today. So Hang in there. Many blessings to you. Hey, Rose with an R. Good to see you. You are welcome. You're welcome. Okay, already answered that one. Okay, we took care of that one already. Hey, Morgan the Void. Good to see you. Actually, I think that is it. I hit 3 hours just now. So zipping right in under there. So that is all the readings for today. I will be back here in actually 5 hours for my evening session. But for those of you who are not going to be coming back this evening, I want to let you know I do have a weekly drawing each Monday. Here is the link to the video for that. It'll tell you how you can enter for the chance at winning a 1-hour person recorded reading. I'm also to tell you about the other 2 drawings that I'm having. I'm having 2 other special drawings. I won't take your time for that. If you have not checked out your April monthly reading for each individual zodiac sign, here is the link to the playlist for that. And I have a ton of pick-a cards. If you click on my name, bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to my main page where all my playlists are at. And I have a bunch of pick-a cards that are around relationships, abundance, career, a ton of different subjects. So be sure to check those out. And again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love to the world. And I greatly, greatly appreciate that. And thank you for being part of the love tsunami that we send out. I am always blown away by your hunger and your thirst to hear from Spirit. Thank you guys again for being here. I will see you soon. And please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. Till then, much love, and you take care.